Welcome to this presentation. Good change in behavior indicates that something good has been learned in terms of knowledge and skills. And this can lead to community development. We can also have bad change in behavior if something bad is learned. And this will lead to disaster. Learning must be complemented before we can have community development. And that is where dissemination comes in. When we have learned something good, and it has caused good change in behavior in us, we must disseminate. The corpus of knowledge must reside in the community. That is the only time we can have community development. Many hoard information, and hoarding of knowledge has been described as intellectual vandalism. It leads to lack of development. Frost and Gross, 1993, said it impedes day-to-day functioning. When we apply chemistry peacefully, it leads to sustainable development. Within the context of our theme, chemistry is defined as the branch of science that deals with analysis, preparation, properties, reactions, toxicity, and uses of chemical substances with the aim of promoting their peaceful applications while reducing the exposure of human beings and the environment to their hazards, thereby ensuring sustainable development. And whenever we talk of uses of chemicals, our mind must be on dual use. We must emphasize dual use. The potential of using chemicals for military and civilian purposes or for good and bad purposes. Knowledge has a lot to do in the achievement of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. Knowledge brings wealth, and wealth brings health. There is this very profound truth. People perish for lack of knowledge. Ignorance spreads when there is no knowledge, and it can lead to diseases and death. There was the case of a man who presented himself at the hospital with very serious eye and facial injury. It was discovered that this man was a battery charger or a battery energizer. Now we have so many people like that in Nigeria. They prepare solutions of concentrated sulfuric acid, and they use it to re-energize weak batteries. In trying to prepare this solution, this man added water to concentrated sulfuric acid. A very terrible error. The mixture became very violent and erupted and attacked his face. He nearly lost his eyes. This led to statewide workshop for these battery energizers, where they were taken through some health and environmental aspects of their profession. How to handle conc sulfuric acid safely and securely, and how to deal with the waste of their trade, particularly as they contain a lot of lead. My learning experience started with the associate program in 2013. It was followed with the Wuppertal course in Germany in 2016, and the Analytical Chemistry course in South Africa 2018. Then 2016, Sandia Laboratory, working for the Chemical Safety Program of USA, came to Nigeria, and I was part of their training program on chemical safety and security. As soon as I came back to Nigeria in 2013, I started my dissemination. First with the TV outreach. The presenters were surprised when I went to them that I wanted to come and talk on statewide television. And they said, do we have anything interesting to say? That they have been hosting lawyers, hosting pastors, hosting such people, politicians. They have never hosted a chemist. And I said, just host me this once. Usually they give 15 minutes to participants for their own slots. I spoke for 30 minutes uninterrupted. We have good things to say. Then I have prepared a lot of jingles against indiscriminate burning of refuse and excessive vehicular emissions. People in the developed countries think that developing world or undeveloped world do not have anything to contribute to climate change. But we are contributing a lot because of poverty. Vehicles that are no longer serviceable in the developed world are exported to Africa. And we buy them and we use them and we pollute our environment. We produce a lot of smoke on our roads. Then, after each of these courses, I present reports, very comprehensive reports. And one of them was even developed to what I call a policy initiating paper. The title of that particular paper is, "The Nigerian industrial sector cannot develop without a viable and sustainable homegrown chemical industry." And the link is there to the paper on academia.edu. Issues raised in the papers include the review of the curriculum for chemistry and chemical engineering in Nigeria tertiary institutions, induction ceremony for fresh graduates, establishment of Nigerian Chemical Agency, establishment of the Nigerian Chemical Council, and establishment of safe and secure estates for chemical industries in Nigeria. Dissemination experience also include teaching my students some of the things I have learned. I included those topics in many of their courses. Then the chemical safety and security campaign on social media, and we have managed to reach thousands across the world. The link is there, my Facebook page. And frequently, I conduct seminars. And some youths who attended those seminars have constituted themselves what we call chemical and safety and security vanguards, chemical safety and security vanguards. Here we can see two of them teaching their colleagues, and those are the listeners. There's also a book project, a very unique one, Basic Chemical Safety Knowledge for all to reduce exposure to chemical hazards. This is a book that contains no chemical equation, no chemical formula, only illustrations. Whoever can understand simple English will understand this book. And the copyright permission allows this book to be translated into any other language. The only condition is that the translation must be good and the book must be adapted to the culture of the people. There has been encouraging national outcomes. The dissemination experience has led to some encouraging national outcomes. Today, the Chemical Society of Nigeria now has a committee which is called the National Committee on Young Graduate Chemists. And then, coincidentally, I am the pioneer and current chairman. The society has accepted induction program for the young graduate chemists. And the pictures here show the first set of students to be inducted at Ladoke, Akintola University of Ogbomoso. Also, the society has a very vibrant and progressive president, the president of Professor Sunday Okeneye, who is billed very soon to have a meeting with the president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, on the establishment of Nigerian Chemical Agency, the potential coordinator of National Integrated Chemical Management. The national authority has a very vital role to play in our learning and dissemination experience to bring about sustainable development. The national authority is a facilitator and a catalyst between OPCW and the state parties. If the efforts of OPCW will yield the kind of results expected, the national authority has to be up and doing in the area of supporting and promoting the mission of those who have gone through the training programs. The national authority must disseminate information about the programs of International Cooperation Branch, particularly the activities brought about by Article 11. And this must be disseminated to all relevant professionals, agencies, and institutions. It must actively engage its trained nominees. The national authority must accept that those it recommends for training are part of its responsibility. When they come back, it must demand accountability from them. It must demand service from them. And it must be prepared to support the efforts of these trained nominees. The OPCW has contributed significantly to the realization of the objectives of the Sustainable Development Program of the United Nations. But the national authority has to assist significantly to make sure that these goals are achieved. Chemistry is a vital and useful engagement of sustainable development. Thanks for listening.